Chapter 5: Movement of sensitive conventional ammunition, arms, ammunition, explosive, classified, secret, confidential, and TCIS controlled cryptographic items. The chapter provides the policy reference the guidance with the transportation sensitive conventional arms, ammunition, explosives, and controlled cryptographic items. The guidance for how to determine if the item in the transportation protective services determine the Department of Defense approved. The commercial characters will be used for transportation of arms, ammunition, and explosives, including shipments to support the unit moves. However, when the training operational necessity dictates that organic vehicle physical security transportation requirements are filed with the Physical Security Forces Protection Program, the Combat Instructor Military 5530. 1 Ordnance Manual Construct M800 8002. Respectively, transportation officers will use the Defensive Transportation Regulation Part 2 for the policy procedure for further guidance of transportation-sensitive conventional arms, ammunition, explosive, classified, and controlled cryptographic items, sensitive items, following applicable topics found in the Defensive Transportation Regulation Part 2, Chapter 205, paragraph reference found in the parentheses. Alright, risk assessment category determined in D&E, transportation protective services determination requirements and standards, small shipment arms and ammunition, explosive sealing, motor convenience, packaging, markings, requesting routing, requesting shipments, and encouraging emergency outlines, carrier assistance, shipments, delays, mishaps, on-road shipments, retrograde shipments, and mishaps. B. Transportation Protective Services determination using the following guidelines to determine the required level of applicable transportation protective services needed for the shipment. 1. Research items, the Federal Logistics Data System or FedLog. See Exhibit 5.1. Check the control inventory item code or entitled code, but obtaining the detailed information of the control inventory item code indicates a sensitive and classified controlled cryptographic item. The transportation provider service is required. See the Defensive Transportation Requirement, Part 2, Chapter 205 for the further guidance of the Transportation Provider Services Determination, list of the type of the Transportation Protective Services. Alright, requesting routing. All routing requirements shipments of arms, ammunition, and explosives shall be submitted through the automated ship of the Global Freight Maintenance located with the designated Coast Guard and by bill loading and the support sites. Whenever the automated shipping system is not available, that they are routing questions, contact the Military Surface Development and Deployment and Distribution Command SDDC Operations Center for assistance requiring requesting submitted no later than 48 hours prior to the shipping. The General Service Administration Transportation Travel Officer not provided assistance with the routing material to the Transportation Protective Services. The Military Service Deployment Distribution Center will provide with the eligible transportation service providers. Contact the Service Deployment Distribution Center. Emergency CAT 1-2 and shipments that required expedited pickup of 45 and thresholds immediately coordinated with the Surface Deployment Distribution Center Operations Center. D. Consolidated classified, unclassified shipments of unclassified, non-sensitive material may be combined with material required in the transportation. So the TPS, if required by the TPS, is applied with the entire shipment. Alright, E. Reported shipment. The shippers of the transportation protective service materials will forward the advanced modification of the red ship to consign. The shipper shall notify the designated receiver no later than 2 hours after the shipment departure. Some notification will be in by text, telephone, fax, and other immediate and electronic means. All receivers shall establish and maintain suspense and list and assure the timely receipt of the material. See Exhibit 5.2, red ship, reportment of shipment information requirement. Alright, F. In transit custody or record-keeping requirements of bill landing. The following requirements apply to the security escort's record-keeping. When classified sensitive ammunition, explosives are shipped in the motor carrier of the security escort vehicles is used. The security escort vehicle's personnel performing the service will provide the duplicate copy of the shipping papers instructed to keep the copies of per custody. Shipper carriers will receive the shipping papers must retain a copy of the electronic or an electronic image, therefore, and accessible, therefore, through the principal place of the business, must make a shipping paper immediately available upon request to an authorized officials, federal, state, and local government agency, the reasonable time and location. Each shipping paper company must be retained for 375 days after the initial carrier acceptance. Material classified and shipped in the GSA DoD contractor carrier. Go to the following providers of information regarding with the use of the GSA DoD contracting small package carriers to secure the movement of shipping secret and confidential cargo. Shipping may be moved to the Condos, Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and U.S. territorial locations as specified, permitted with the GSA Department of Defense small package express carrier center, provided with the shipper's recipient, comply with the U.S. federal law. On eligible GSA DoD overnight small package contractor carriers may be used. The shipment must be given in either the carrier or for the next delivery. Do not ship to the Friday on the delivery days or holidays unless someone is going to be available to receive the package. Carriers are verified that they have offered the holiday delivery. Since more delivery points in Alaska are limited to 2 days, service the transportation officer and transportation agent must be plan accordingly. Any extra charge will be applied for specifically delayed delivery services. The carrier must not be told if the shipment is classified the delivery address, but as military action if the Congress approve of the contractor location, including Alaska and Hawaii and Puerto Rico. Do not use the method to move classification method shipments of the Air Mobility Command airport embarkment for forward or onward channel airlift. The shipment requests routing instruction for the classified material, military traffic management command, operations, air mobility command, combat commander. The classified material must be within the carrier ship standard, small package size, the weight limits, classification shipments which has the sensitive arms, ammunition, and explosives are not authorized. Do not, under any circumstance, release the carrier for any of the obtaining delivery signature. Ensure the airway bill, either electronic hard copy or requires the delivery signature. 8. Small shipment of arms, ammunition, and explosives. Small quantities of shipments to individuals of 15 or fewer small arms, category of 2 through 4, M16 rifles of 200 pounds or less of the Cat 4 ammunition may be sent to the commercial carrier providing the Department of Defense constant surveillance services and only recognized transportation protective services when placed in locked containers. Weight and safety factors meet the carrying requirements and acceptable alternative Department of Defense constant surveillance services for the arms for the use of the required mail. Return the receipt for the size, the weight of the meet the U.S. Postal Service requirements sent by the registered requirements. Small arms and missiles components exceeding them, ammunition, explosives may be sent registered mail. Return receipt requests for the size and the weight of the USPS requirements. The shipment may be sent within the Condos package size, the weight of the USPS requirements. However, the USPS regulations do not currently permit the shipments of OCONUS shipments. Contact these STDDC if selected position mode is less than truckload shipments, except the weapons must be overpacked to a minimum of 200 pounds. Motor shipments placed in closed and locked vehicles, locked containers such as dromedary containers mounted with the flatbed trailer behind the power of the truck, and the move of the LTL shipment with a similar equipment do not require overpacking. All sensitive arms, ammunition, and explosives will require signature and tally from the Department of Defense in 1907. Shipments of uncat and unclassed Division 1-4 ammunition, uncat 1-4 items, all compatibility use maximum net mass of 400 kilograms or 882 pounds of 1-4 component-less packaging materials may be shipped in bulk. Small shipments of unclassed Division 1-4 ammunition, uncat 1-4 simplified, shall be shipped in single package, provided each package is overpacked with a minimum of 200 pounds. IAW Department of Defense 5176M Military Service Deployments Distribution Command Freight Traffic Rule Publication Number 1C Current Revisions and Rules Accessory Services governing the movement of the Department of Defense Transportation Traffic Motor Carrier. Acceptable transportation alternative Department of Defense CIS all quantities of Cat 4 small ammunition to ship the Department of Defense blanket or purchase agreement and award carrier of the GSA multiple route area schedule within the contractor size weight limitation subject to the following conditions. Ammunition less than 50 calibers. Individual requirements are limited to 4,000 rounds or less. Ammunition will be packed. The unit packages of 4,000 rounds or less, or each package not exceed 150 pounds. No more than 5 packages of 20,000 rounds will be shipped per each. Conveniency of each package must be designated for a separate consigner. Shipments of the arms, ammunition, explosive placed in closed, locked vehicles, locked containers such as the D-ROM, similar equipment shipments awarded the Department of Defense blanket purchase agreements. Carriers do not require the overpacking. Cartridges, activated codes, activated devices, CAD 14S are not exceed 200 pounds. All other conditions of the PBA option prohibited with the arms, ammunition, explosive shipments, arm parts of such barrels, and major assemblies, affordability to lessees, some acts protection from the CAT 4 arms. Note that the frame receiver constitutes the weapons will be shipped in accordance with the requirements of the applicable CAT. Some packaging containing 1.47 S ammunition reclass ORMD must be tagged, marked at least one side of the ORMD designation immediately following the below the proper shipping of the 1.4 SM ORMD for CONUS only may be authorized. AAW 4 Title 49 172 316 packaging containing material class of the ORMD mass gross weight is limited with 30 kilograms per package. All other ammunition explosive packaging must be made marked with the X number, national stock number of the Department of Defense. Handguns may be mailed with the USPS licensed manufacturer dealer with the authorized agent with the authorized state of the territory district agent only when addressed with the Coast Guard Officer 06A and Officer Army Naval Air Force Marine Corps Organized Reference Reserve Corps officers, the National Guard, the militia, or other state districts, territories. Affidavit must be mailed with the sign and address to the certificate signed of the commanding officer. Other requirements also include the following: no marking any kind that indicates the nature of the contents to be placed outside of the wrapper container of any of the mail pieces containing firearms. Mailable matter must be properly, securely packaged with the general packaging requirement. Domestic mail manual section CO10 general mailability standards. The person who deposits firearms for mailing must be complete with a statement of shipper of the firearms, PS Form 1508. The form must be filled with the postman or posting office of the mailing. 1. Security planning and training in accordance with the Title 49 CFR Part 172, 800 through 802. The security plan is required for the shipper that has waste. The purpose of the requirement developing and implementing plans to address the security risk related to the transportation of hazardous materials over the public highway. The Coast Guard policies to comply with requirements applicable to hazardous waste shipments, whether offered commercial transportation provided with the move of the government-owned vehicles operated over the public highways. See Chapter 4 for security plan requirements. Management data requirements. This is a FedLog interactive management data response. So FedLog is your program. This is from shipping activity info sponsoring service accountability supply activity. Chapter 6.